trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, we're going to talk about corn here. Don't shoot the messenger, but it looks like we are going to be about a break even on this trade, and that's going to take a lot of help. We bought this at 77. It rallied up to 86.6. It was a $600 move. At that point, you put your stop at the break-even level. As you can see, we've given most of it up today. If we look at this on a hourly chart, which we would like to do, you can see there was today's high, and now we're almost ready to be stopped out right here. And that tells us that we've got another leg coming down here in the corn that's going to be down here, primarily where we bought it back when we first started trading it. And if that one works, here's the daily. Let's just look at it. This is what we're watching right now. We'll just take this out because that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Now, this may hold. I could be wrong. I'm often wrong, but never in doubt. But anyway, let's look what happened to this chart. We made a low here on the 26th. We made a high here on the 29th that was 29th of March. If we just looked at the premise that we used from each high to low, you'll see the high came in, and you just notice you lift it up like this. You'll see that that was a 22-day trading high. That's trading days, okay? Now, if that's the case, this should have been very close to that. So we move that over like this, and you can see here that would have come in right here. But when that was happening, now remember, this is time related, and we really have a hard time with the timing part because that's the most elusive in all of trading. So let's get back to what we really know, and that's ABCD. We'll just clear this out. This is what we're looking at if you're home. Well, you can just 1 second here. Oh dear, 1 second. Give me a second here. We got a little bit of a mix-up. Got to change that. Oh. Okay, here's where we are with the corn. All right, now we're just going to do the ABCD pattern, right? You can do this with a pencil at home. You don't have to have anything fancy like that. It measured perfectly to right here, correct? We were looking, and we bought it here. We sold it there. I should have gone short there, but I said, let's just be safe. So we backed off a little bit. The last move that we had on the way down, you'll see comes in, if you mark it to the high, comes in right about here. So that means we're probably going to make a new low right in here. All right? Now, that's not a big deal, but that's most probably what's going to be happening. Now, remember, this day took about 2 weeks from April 1st into the 22nd of April, almost 3 weeks to make the bottom. This is making the bottom in just a week. This tells us that we're most probably getting ready to go a little bit lower. Now, John Murphy, who wrote that book on technical analysis, he loved channel lines. You can call them Bollinger channels or Keltner channels, whatever you want to call it. But if you drew that channel line in like this, okay, and clone it so that it does the same thing, and bring it in right here, okay, there would be your clone line right here. That says we're probably going to get down into this area around 470. Now, that's $500 from where you are. And, after you've made $500 in it, folks, you've only got $150 profit in it right now. You could take that if you wanted to. I just did because of the fact that it could make a higher high here. And that's all I was looking at. I said, well, it's most probably going to come down into this area right here. So that's what I'm watching for corn to do. There'll be a lot of things to look at, of course. And we've got I think we have another pretty big new moon coming up here, or a full moon coming up here very shortly. That may or may not do it. Since we're doing that, let's just take a look here. We'll just draw these in and see when it comes in. There's the cycle that I need, and all I got to do is come up here and change it to moon phases. And there we go. We'll get this out of the way here. And okay, the last bottom that we had, there was your full moon right here. It was the day after a full moon. The high was made day after the full moon, or 2 days before the full moon right here. Here was a new moon. It did absolutely nothing. Here's the full moon right here. That was 2 days after the high. Had a new moon right here. That was right on that particular. See, it's pretty tough because that could be either that high or that low. That's why astrology stuff is tough. And here we are coming up to the old big full moon. And when is it happening, boys and girls? Friday. And guess what Friday is? Friday's our trading day, when we get to trade with the old cowboys and cowgirls that sign up for our 3-hour session between 9 and 12 a.m. on Friday. We're going to do a live session. So that's it. Okay, now let's take one that we've been watching for quite some time, and it's in play. This is the hog market. All right, now this is the hog market on a 4-minute chart. Okay, now this is a 4-minute chart, so that's not very big, is it? Okay, but it's still calculable or tradable. There's your ABCD. There's your leg right here. You see this low here, 65.79. Now, if you switch this over to the daily chart, this would be a trade we would have done for absolutely sure. There's your low. There's your 61% retracement comes in at 96.05. The ABCD measured to 95.85, so you're right there. You already have a 40-point profit on it if you were looking at that, and that is about as a risk-free trade as you can possibly get. There's your yesterday and today, okay, and then look what we got. We got a chance here to go to the upside. Now, also, if we want to, since we're over there in the old livestock bin, we'll just get this out of the way, and we'll bring up live cattle, because we've got a real interesting trade here in live cattle. First, what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the daily to show you where we were. This was one of our key trades, was right there. If you remember, we had a beautiful trade here. We had a perfect setup. You had the market coming down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Let me clean this out so you can see it real easy. Here's what we were looking at. Okay, there was the first bottom that came in right here. We're going to draw the lines in, make sure we don't forget anything. That came in almost exactly at the 78% level. Okay, now this next one comes down, which is important because it's a higher bottom. Okay, we're going to take the higher bottom, and that's going to bring you in right to right here. And look at this. You see these 3 little bottoms right here, and you see it on the daily. If you come and look at these on the 60-minute chart, you're going to see them right there. There they are. Drive 1, drive 2, drive 3. There's the bottom. There's your price objective, and here's the 1.618 expansion of that number. But stay tuned, folks. Drum roll. I got to try to make this funny. It keeps me awake. We do this on the daily. See the 1.618 expansion again? There's your A, B, C, D. And if you take this high from this low, how high can you go? So there you are. Take it for what it's worth. To me, it's worth a couple of bucks. Anyway, you can see there's your A, B, C, D coming in right here. And that came in at 07, went higher because of gap 1, gap 2, bing bong, ding dong. All right, let's take a break. 877-927-6648.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The stock market is a delicate interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, I've been asked to discuss Nvidia again. This is the ABCD that I see happening, 1,060. That's only up $110, and as you can see, this thing, when it goes, it can go $100 without even batting an eye. Of course, if we take out these highs at 75, we'll probably get there very, very quickly, but I don't think it'll get much higher than that because I believe in ABCD, as you know, and if we take the last high down to the last low, guess where it comes to? There's your 1.618 would be 1107. If it gets above that, tip of the hat. But it could get there, no question about it. But the $64,000 question is, it gets more news now than Apple used to get. Nvidia is I heard so many things on Bloomberg and CNBC about it today that it was amazing. I saw a couple demonstrations of AI, and boy, it is a game changer. It's here to stay, no question about it. But anyway, here's how I would handle this. I'm not a stock trader, but if I were, given the fact that this has got so much news behind it, the fact that it can't make new highs over the last 3 days, coming into earnings tomorrow, and everybody out there, there's not one sell signal on Nvidia. Every advisor has a buy signal on it. They all have higher targets. Some are much higher than 1060. And of course, this was the guy who I didn't think it would get much higher than 700, and it went to 975. So this is all I'm looking at is this zone right in here. But the fact that it hasn't been able to do that, the way I would do that, and if I were an intelligent risk speculator, not a gambler, intelligent risk speculator, what I would do is there's the bell ringing, I would buy a put and buy a call, and one of them is going to make you a lot of the money. The other one's going to lose everything, but that's what I would do. Right at the money, buy a put and buy a call, and roll the dice. We got a caller possibly coming in here. Let me double check here. We've got Maria from Largo, Florida, right near Mr. Tom O'Brien. I like Largo. That's a beautiful place.
It is. And
what can I do for you?
Looks like Heckler's had quite a run, and kind of having a hard time seeing where the ABCD is on this one here.
Heckler Mining?
To get out, or
is Heckler Mining? Is that it's HCL?
It's HL, Heckler.
Oh, Heckler Mining. I see. I used to look at this stock years ago. I've been up there in Idaho and the whole bit. HC. Okay, let's get this up here. Hopefully we'll get it there. HC is why I'm not getting any data here. You sure it's HC?
HL.
HL. I put in HC. Duh. Why would the C be in there, bozo? Just a minute. I missed that one. I do that. I've always had trouble with ciphering and numbers and arithmetic and prose and stuff. Words and numbers are only my two greatest faults. Let me get this up here. Sorry, I'm getting it all screwed up now. It's got to be right. HL, I see it. I got it here as HC. We'll just make this HL. I have Heckler Mining out of Idaho. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen this chart in 100 years. HL, now it'll come up here with a little bit of luck. Okay, I'm not getting it. Why am HL? I'm not getting it. You know, it might be, is it an American stock exchange?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, see, I'm not getting it because I get the New York Stock Exchange stuff, but I don't get American Stock Exchange. I get over the counter and New York, but not that. So I'll tell you what I will do, Maria. What I'll do is when the break comes up here, I will focus this on the start of the show at 12:30, right before John Person comes on, and I'll put it into the room here so you'll be able to see it. Okay?
Sounds good. Thank you,
That
Larry.
sounds good. Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, Maria. I appreciate it. Okay. All right, folks, let's move on here to the next one here about Nvidia. I would buy a put and buy a call. It's trading at 946, so I guess you got to do about a 950. I mean, whatever it is, whatever that range is right there, I'd buy a put there, I'd buy a call there, buy a call and sell a put. I do one of them is going to make a lot of money. The other one's going to lose everything. But imagine the premium on them is going to be so darn much, it's probably not going to be worth this. But that's way, way over my pay grade. So that's what I'm looking at right there. Okay. So let's move that out. I wanted to talk here. This is the NASDAQ. We made that 382 retracement on Monday. We made a brand new high. We came down and we made a new low early this morning. And those of you that like to look at the old ABCD patterns, there's your AB leg is right here. There's your AB leg. There's your CD leg. And D comes in at 18696, and the low was 18686. So it was within 10 points of the low. Then we rallied up from that high, and you'll see from the high we made here, we rallied up and went to exactly the 78% level and have sold off a little bit. Now, while this was happening, while we were rallying 100 handles in the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones could barely make the 382. It rallied 100 points off the bottom, and of course, it's given most of that up. The S&P went a little above the 382. It got to the 50% level at 38, and it has backed off a little bit. So they're showing the divergence between what's happening now, but this thing is not falling apart. You can tell that by two reasons. Clean this out like this, and then you say, all right, where was the first retracement? There's your low right here. There's your high right here. There it is right there. There's your 382 right there. Little tiny 3 drive, but very, very small. And there's your 382 retracement right here. You came down and tested it again. And I don't think I'm getting data now. Shut the front door and raise the rent. I'm not. Doggone it. You know, today Google shut me out again, and then WhatsApp quit working on me. That said download the new app for WhatsApp, and I can't get messages from WhatsApp anymore. So they're trying to make a conspiracy here so that I can't use the computers, and I think it's working, but from that level, we'll have to wait and see. Now, we will have John Person as our guest, but this data that we're seeing right now, you can see everything is frozen here. Here, I'll show you. This is bean oil. I think we're getting ready to see a nice, there was our high yesterday in bean oil. Get that daily up there. There is what we were looking for. We're backing off. That's what we want to see. We got a really good chance on some of these grains, folks. So even if you get stopped out of the corn, which you probably will, get ready because there's going to be even a better buy signal coming up. The key thing is don't worry about how much money you make. Worry about how much money you don't lose. That's the key to doing this. I want to show you one other thing that Rich Anderson sent me, and it shows the relationship of the Dow Jones versus reality. These are the Dow Jones. These are the stocks that are basically very small. Well, you can see they're just not heavily weighted. Intel is way at the bottom. Verizon, Cisco, the Dow and Company, which is the Dow Jones Company, Walmart. But here's where your big ones are. You see Microsoft, Unit Healthcare, Goldman Sachs, Caterpillar, Home Depot, Amgen. All those are the ones that are up here in this level right here. Here's Boeing. That'll be taken off here pretty soon with one more bad air flight over there. They'll take that off. But look at Apple, how far over on the right it is. You see, these are the ones that you watch. So when you're watching the Dow, you're watching basically these 15 right here. So be careful, because that's not 15 stocks. That's not the market. The market is a market of stocks, and this is just a few stocks in that market. So I think that's important. All right, we're going to take a little break here. We'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, so we were talking to Maria from Largo, Florida. She's in Hecla. I hope she bought it, way down at 350. Maybe she only bought it at 450. But if you bought it at 350, I would be willing to take profits. It just took the high of the year out of last July right back in here, okay? This is where we are. Look where it's trading right now. How can somebody own this stock? 618? Get out of Dodge. I'd be out of there. If you're really, really bullish on silver, I happen to be, you have to put your stop way down here because you could get a 20% correction, which is only $1.20, and that would still bring you down in here and you'd still be bullish. So if you're really, really super bullish and you don't need the money, then I would hold it with a stop at like 488 or something like that, because if you bought it down here, that's a no-brainer. But if you bought it somewhere in this area with these ABCDs, you see the ABCDs that are forming, and I think that's what you look like. There's A, B, C, D right up here at 618, and so I would be getting out of it here if you did it on a short-term basis, and that's what I'd be watching. You might have to buy it back at a higher price, but right now I would that's what I would be doing in that. Evidently, John, a person's going to be busy today, so we're going to have to get back, and hopefully we'll get some of these things rectified. Okay, now what we've got to do is, no, still not getting data. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Okay, folks, this is going to take me a second. There's nothing I can do about this. This is, I don't know. First it was Google, then it was WhatsApp, and then it's CQG. I don't know what's going on. Okay, here's the charts are going to be coming back here eventually. Hold on. This up here, and we will get this all taken care of. Get this out of the way. And hold on 1 minute. Boy. These computers, boy, back it was so easy with a ticker tape, and all you had to do was just drop it into the basket, let the kids play with it, and make ribbons and stuff when they got it. But now this is blocking me out too. Oh, wait a minute, it's coming back. So hang out here. Let's get the layout up and see what we got going here. See, where'd we leave us last? We were getting ready to see what's happening with some of these things. Okay, there's where we are. We haven't really done very much. Okay, that's pretty much it. Not much else going on, so that's okay. Everything's good. Let's move over to the corn. I took corn off of that because I wasn't even looking at it anymore. Let's take a quick look here since we were talking about silver. This is silver here on a daily chart. And as you can see here, we could easily get up here, move it over a little bit to 34.27. That's not even a big deal. But right now, you see silver is banging against the 1.618, and it hit it twice in a row at 32.42. The high being 32.75 and 32.72. We're off 60 cents from the high, not a big deal. But that's move this over, you'll be able to see that there's the 1.618 of that whole move. Look at the last time we had a 1.618 of that move. See that one? That took silver from 29. It dropped $3 an ounce, $15,000. Here's where we are now. Okay, let's play the devil's advocate, and let's move on to a 60-minute chart and see what we got for silver. Uh-oh. Trouble in River City, boys and girls. It looks like we got a potential triple top over the last 3 days. There's 1, 2, and 3, so it's really close, but it hasn't come down very much. See, the first time it dropped there, went back up, came down, so we've got higher bottoms. There's not anything negative about this. If we get below 31.20, that's $1.30. Yeah, that's more than $1 away. Can you believe that's $5,000? So you can see the 382 from the other day. We talked about that yesterday. There was your low right back here. There was your 382. You tested it again, It's making it higher bottoms. It looks like it wants to go higher. And if we're going to do that, let's just see where it should go to. All right, we got two major highs looking at this one. We've got this one right here and that one right there. That tells us we're going to get higher, 32.82 on that one, and on this one right here. Didn't draw that one right. Hold on a second. We got to move it down a little bit. From this high right here up to this level right here. It says we could get to 32. Well, those are big wide gain. Oh, no, it isn't. It's only 15 cents. So 32.81 to 32.96. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark those so that when they get there, they're going to tell me where they are. So I can move it and move that over right here. And it's going to give me a little jingle when that whole thing hits that level. And so it'll tell me what I want to see at that particular point. Because at that spot, I know that this is the 1.618 right here. At that spot, this would mean you have another 3 drive coming in right up here. So this is going to be really critical. I've done this to gold already, so there it is right there. That's the area we'd be watching in case we get that. That's why I wouldn't be afraid to be short silver in here. I'd rather, if I have my choice, I'd rather be long with my stop below here because it stopped at higher bottoms. Look, there's your 61% retracement off the last move. So there's nothing bearish about that. You can see it. It came down, stopped exactly where it should have. You think these guys don't know what these numbers are, folks? You see this all the time. I mean, my goodness. Holy moly guacamole. There you are right there. So it stopped pretty good. And here's where we are right now. Let's go down to do the micro on this. Let's do a little 8-minute. And there's where we are. You can see the higher bottoms in here. Now let's just play the devil's advocate if we're bearish, and we'll see if that's a 382. Nope, it got to the 50%. This is when we were losing data. So here's the 382 at 3206, 3215 was at 50%. That's where it is right now. Okay. Now, if you sold the 382 at 3206, okay, your stop has got to be right above there, 3226. So you got to risk $1,000 when you trade silver these days. Pretty much like the same thing when you're trading the gold market because it's a wild puppy, as they say in the trade. Okay. Now, let's get back on, and we're going to talk about something that's dear to everybody's hearts, and that is the time. Let's check and see the time. We have 1 minute and 15 seconds. That will allow us to talk about Mr. Appel. I guess we're going to have to talk about Tesla, too. No one's asked me about Tesla today, so that's a big surprise. And here is Mr. Appel. And it was right against the 786 yesterday, which should have been a sell. It's still hanging in there. Looking good, Billy Ray, feeling good. There it is. It's up $28 from the bottom. The 786 comes in at 91.98. It's trading at 92.25. Nothing exciting there. You're just about exactly at your 786, as you can see right in here, blowing it up a little bit more. We had to move down. That's probably going to be 1.618. You move that over. It's already above the 1.618. Looks like it could go higher, folks. So if you're in that, just put your stop below these lows and you should be okay. Let's take a little break. 877-927-6648.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The stock market is a delicate interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a look at the gold market. This is the 60-minute, but before we do that, I want to go to the daily to show you that we did make new highs on the year. We made a high back here on April the 12th, and here we are out on May 21st, 6 weeks later, and we did make a new high. You see we're trading off of that high right now. What we're going to do now is go down to a 60-minute and see how we got there. There's where we were on the 9th. You can see we have an A, B, C, D pattern forming. All I'm going to do is walk through the A, B, C, D for our new listeners to see what we're trying to see. Now, you'll see on this one particular, we missed the ABCD leg by about $7. It just didn't quite get there. If we look at this on the smaller time frame, which would be this one, you see the market came up to this level right here. Hold on, just at this level came down, and then we went up and we made the number right here at 04. Actually, it came in at 98. The number was 04. But what we want to do is we want to see what the percentage retracements were, because this was a very strong retracement. Remember, this took about half a day to get down into the 16th. And if you went back to the last low that you had right back here and looked for it, there it was right there. There's your 382 retracement, and that leads to your ABCD to the upside. And, of course, in a really bull market like we've had here, you're probably going to exceed it by somewhat. And we were looking for the number to be here. Just get it over so we can see it. 3241 is what we were looking for. That was the 1.618, and we got to 2454. So we went about $13 higher, and now you're coming down to that level. But this is an important low, because if you look at the last low that we had, this was a long correction, correct? This correction was about the same length. Let's get this out of the way here. There's your last major correction that you had on this hourly chart. And you see it lasted almost at the exact same time. In other words, from the time down, that tells you that that's the last correction. So you want to see what that was. There was your last low at that correction. So you go back to this point right here, draw it right in. And where does your 382 come in here? 2411, 2411, and we've rallied as high as 2439 off of this level right here. So this is telling you this is where the trend will change if it gets below this, because we've tested it twice. Now, the times of the rally, you can see the rally we came back. We didn't make new highs. We didn't even make new highs above this. So we're starting to see for the first time that there may be some selling coming into this market. Okay, that's the whole key of what we're looking at here is when we're watching this. I hope that makes sense, but that's how I look at the market. I don't count waves. I look at A, B, C, D. That's all I need. And thank God I have that, because that's something that gets me to the promised land. Now let's move over here and take a look at real money, folks. This is the U.S. dollar index. Got a lot going on here. You can see we had the big ABCD to the upside. Went to the top of the channel right here. All I did was clone this. I just cloned it, moved it down just so everybody could see what it's like. It's coming down. It hit this line, but look what's happened, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4-day rally. Even this 4-day rally was pretty good. This is doing nothing. So what we got to do now is put our little our little ocular on, our little telescope, and we're going to go down to a 60-minute chart and see what the market's telling us. And it's telling us quite a bit. First of all, it missed the ABCD on the downside. That's usually pretty bullish. It made the 1.27. You can see that right there. That's close enough. But let's look at it, what we've been doing here over the last 10 days. We're going to get rid of this and clean it up real good. And that means real good. There it is. Real good is right there. So there's where we were when we made our last high back here on the 8th. And since that time, over the last 7 days, we've been able to rally a little bit. Let's see what the rally has given us so far. From the high down to the low. Okay, we went to where? 382, 382, 382. Hasn't shown us anything. However, it does have the potential to make this A, B, C, D. We're still in a big downtrend, but it still has that potential to get to that level right up here, which is basically 105, up another 50 points. Now, is that an important number? We're just going to go back and get our big high way back here and draw that line in and see if it lines up to where we think it might go to. And that comes in at, you see, just there's your 50% retracement of that whole move. There's the 618. So that's a very big move. And there's your ABCD. So there's your number, 105. It's 45 points from where we are right now. So that's what you want to be watching. Now, the other thing you want to check on is the last rally that we had off of this bottom. The rally lasted 86 hours. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this over and see where 86 hours will bring us. Da, 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 da. Let's get that drum roll right now. So get ready to sell the euro because it's at a 382 off of this number, 50% off of that number, and it shouldn't get here if that's the case because look how this one went up and made the ABCD in that time frame. There it is right there. There's your AB leg. Well, you got several. You got one right here. You got a little one right behind it. And that's the one that takes you up to the promised land. This is the most actively traded thing. No, didn't draw that right. It's close enough. Anyway, this is the most actively traded thing in the world. It's so big, folks, even the Fed doesn't mess with it. So that's why, well, they mess with the dollar index maybe, but they don't mess with the euro. Okay, and this is the dollar index that we're looking at. The euro is right here, and it's already told you that it's already starting to move in that direction. So we'll see what happens with that as we overlook these things. Okay, so that's what we're paying attention to here. Now we do want to do one other one here, and that is the gasoline, because we had a tremendous move here starting off with this thing. This was the daily. Here it is right here. We had a huge move here. As you can see, the market, this was our bottom. We had a triple bottom in here. We did all the work on that earlier. You don't have to, well, I guess I still have it in here, so I might as well bring it up. There it is right there. There's your three bottoms that came in right there, right on the money. Just absolutely perfect. And what have we done? We've backed off. This level here was 382, folks, off of I think it was the high right behind it. Yeah, there it is right there. There was your 382 coming in at 57. The high was 58. Now it's backed off again right to the 61% retracement, giving you a second chance. And everybody that be watching this, this is the kind of trade would be doing for Friday. And there's your beautiful head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Okay, now all we're going to do now is to check and see to make sure that hold on just a second, I got to use the drawing tool on this. You want to make sure that the low of the left shoulder is above the low of the right shoulder, and it is right there. So you got everything that you need setting right at the 60. It's already moved almost 2 points in your favor, so that's a pretty good one to take a look at. So that's what we're watching here today in the gasoline contract. Hope you can join me, folks, on the Friday from 9 to 12. We'll be doing some of this. We'll try to get in 4 or 5 trades. and we'll see what happens. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and stay tuned for a commercial and another 2 minutes when we get back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average through the eyes of the E-mini Dow E-mini. Yesterday, this high was a new high, but not a new high on the year. The new high on the year was way back here at 402.73, and our high yesterday was 402.13, so it didn't make a new high. We had a strong break here of 300 points in the rally back today. You'll never guess. Anyway, that's what we're looking at right here. We could easily get up to this level right here, maybe even close above it. But there's no ABCDs in here, folks. It's been a straight down move. Had a big bounce here for 2 hours. Well, actually, 2 hours. We rallied up, and then we've backed off. So that's all I'm showing you here in this. Again, I hope that you'll be able to join me on the 9th. This Friday between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll be doing some live trading, showing you ABCDs, lots of ABCDs, the little ramifications, when they work, why they don't work, all that stuff. it'll be exciting, and we'll see if we can continue making a couple bucks along the way. So that's what we're watching here today. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless, and try to do something nice for your neighbors, because it's a jungle out there, and some people are having a real difficulty. I see from the pharmacy over here at CVS, I have some friends there that are pharmacists, and they tell me, they knew that I used to work at Lilly, and they asked me what was the most expensive thing, and it was $100 for a whole month's subscription. That was cephalosporin antibiotics. Now they have prescriptions that are $10,000 and $15,000 for 1 month, folks. For 1 month. Hello, operator. How does anybody do that? They say they do it through HMOs and whatever the stuff is, whatever the games that they make up. But that's why pharmaceutical stocks have gone through the roof. And that's the end of the show. And we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow with good friend Mr. Walgren will be up here, and we'll have some talk. Mr. Wheaton, Blair Wheaton will be with us tomorrow. We'll be right back tomorrow.